natural somebody who see yes, Baba, the chief driver, nay, aha, one, Anna, at the bus, and one, Anna, at the bus, and Nama, and as a 20 Crobio Kumasi Asante Kotoko arrival against the game against Medeama Sporting Club, yes, and no, Anna, Tressa, and Yika, Bonfuni, Ede Amawa, and Asante Kotoko, and so Eddie Tiano, yes, Baba, the chief driver, one, Anna Tressa, or the Basano, and and Asante 20 Bobo Kwandi the Crobio Kumasi Asante Kotoko Timbas, Enya Awum, yes, one Enya Awuma, and one HSP, ABCC, the patrol, and Timbas, Mattress and Yoma, I come and so Elhorma, and Asante Kotoko, Eddie Tiano, yes, Bidia, Basno, Ababi Sinadi, place Nissia, Natchez, Umurum. And so Ormania and Ketwachi security, Elma Crowder, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Commander Griffiths, Ababi Dinoma, Obo Bine, Ajabai, Atubai, Amabia, and to me, Ayakama, El Honoma, and Asante 20 players may prepare, say, one ever get it down. Players may prepare, say, one ever get it down. Must see Natchez and Yoma, and to me, Ayakama, and Asante Kotoko way. Last home game of the season at the Emma Bobukwani at the Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yes, last home game of the season at the Emma Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko against Medeama Sporting Club. Against Medeama Sporting Club. And I trust a name one at the Ebe Pimpenswa and Asante Kotoko. And so any day I don't send to the live on Brighto television. A brand and did a Babaya. And we see Sansona, Patrick Esiedu attach down, Henry Kwame Ansu inform, on also Swesi Lord Amoa, Abba, Frederick Asare, on also Swesi Peter Kwamidu, and so attach down, and yeah, Asante Kotoko, first batch of the players, no, and yeah, attach down, Solomon, Kwakusa, Kante, no, on also Swesi, yes, Mohamed Kamara. Ono so ya enye Asante Kotoko players no ACC ba ko ni sana tazanyoma etimi ayekama ono manya Asante Kotoko Daniel Adraina JT yes Samson Eduku Abranti Anijini Ede Elvis Cheba Fuauchi Michael Che Gamena and Michael Sefa Vitus Akosia Boka Fernando Wisdom Basi ono so assistant coach. And so sweat me room, I'm a big to me. I come out in team menu Joseph Abolo, Soja, or no SC Albert, Amwane, were trying to come. And I feel Jimanuel entry, or no, and so at me attach it down. And yeah, as I get to Henry or Henry Brinya, a team manager, or no, so see most of the tag. I'm a Stephen Body, head of the Mepacho media team. Edema Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko team, no, and so at me Asia, and yeah, Asante Kotoko, and so area, I don't send, and so Figure, yeah, and Asante Kotoko, and so last home game at the Emma Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko room, the supporters Nakakra, the Jim Komo, now Omodio take on the game at the Aba, Natress and Yoma, at me Ayakama, our Honoma. And Asante Kotoko, Brighto television. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Or subscribe what turn on the notification button no. So the bear content to say no. Maybe I share na nyoma. To me Ayakama or Honma and Asante Kotoko and so area channel live or Brighto television. So yes, live on Brighto television as well. And so to jar. And Asante Kotoko Baba the chief driver sharing most of the packet bus Ama and Yama and so it's me Ayakama or Honma Asante Kotoko how security guys no if you assure Omohon out to say Omo poised for action. Security guys no are poised for action. We are if you see a social helmet bulletproof me and assure Omo out to say yes. bibia ededa na kwama enye Asante Kotoko no Kotoko team no enso so enya touchdown news a ewom eno no ana first time don sem atuja ede amawa enya Asante Kotoko game no live group team betimi ewuram na wa monitor bi na chese nyoma etimi ai kamantino yanko apply live awa asi enti wo hwe team no ma wo timi se enne no
wo hwe so a esi goal scored Kotoko share 4 the last time we played a fear ball game almost share 4 8-year Dreams FC almost share 1 8-year Biana Stars almost share 1 8-year Bechem United hold number 1-1 no
yeah
you know the last 3 games Kotoko at na fear bono was 6 goals the last 3 what na fear and yet in all games the what na fear wabo was 3 was 6 goals in 3 games yeah check club FM Medeama all away the last away 3 away games were kono or say 1 per 8-year Carella also 3-1
yeah
against Bibian Gold Stars 1 shego against Heart of Lions 1 shego and they no say okwa we and the goal scoring ability na na from bebre eno ntia okwa we bi ota lose game no enti na game no ye kan na be si team a likely so betimi a win game way ye mra go concede na fie hwa de the last time Kotoko concede goal bra otifie no listen the last 3 games happened twice against Bechem United number 1-1 and our share club FM Dreams 4-1 no or concede one goal awom enti no my 0.44 goal per game o check average now after your last 3 at the club FM say Medeama Sporting Club Okoboti a Carella oluso 3-1 Okoboti Bibian Gold Stars o concede 1 goal Okoboti Heart of Lions o concede 1 goal enti no chiro service game be an average no bet me concede close to be 2 goals
okay
it's in the game where say Medeama anya careful bet me concede more than 2 goals our game because you know percentage you know 1.44 goals per game into no anya careful listen be and no concede more than 1 our game we mu enti eno kakra fu ba kwakwenko na fe hwe ade or other pages na fe hwe kakra fu also ba listen tie hwe ade wa say last week na Kotoko de na 5-5 but ne akọ 6-5 because o check na last 5 no na o ma share 5 goals ena omo ko bote Bibian Gold Stars o man go enti the games na ko 6 but goals ni dey 5 wa enti no maye 0.83 goal per game enuru 1 because games near 6 and goals near 5 enti enuru 1 omanya 2 wins last 6 2 draw na fe 2 defeat last 6 games omabonemo listen goals omasha na world chiro over 2.5 and happen 2 out of 6 and a world chiro time enti no afi ye na yenye ntentem listen Yibusa both team to score. Kotoko last 6 games. Ababa akope.
1 out of 6.
Yes, to bet mafa where you know what check games na Kotoko habono.
Yeah.
Nesha de. Ebaye 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
Against Bibian Gold Stars.
Yeah.
Again Dreams FC 4-1 no. E ho na omo concede sa 1 goal no. To bet match check games omo abo a omo nye den. What you say?
Exactly. Yes. Dreams FC
4-1 no.
Kotoko 4.
And the last time Kotoko conceded goal, both teams to score.
The last 6, no.
The last 6.
Kotoko 0, Accra Lions 3, both teams to score. Anyajuma. Nations FC 2, Kotoko 0, both teams to score. Anyajuma. Kotoko 1, Adriana Stars 0, both teams to score. Anyajuma. Hearts of Oak 0, Kotoko 0, and also Anyajuma. Dreams FC 1, Kotoko 4, Anyajuma. Gold Stars ni Kotoko 0-0. Obian Shego
Anyajuma. The last 6 no. Both teams to score back happen won't be nti other starting that year on when year overall season in no and that year no am about 32 matches after 33 goals nti no chira say average na 1.03 goal per game nti one game bia no chegu so a ye game wa Kotoko Nshego ya no kan say obi nti aske ye game wa on Nshego game wa Shebru 2 what you say nti game wa Nshego na o check sa average we na wa chagu so game one shegu na odi bia den odi bia to no na fe wakona nim sa into the club FM se Kotoko de no Vincent Yanko next one no any club FM se eye Medeama for de na fe nhwa de fa free Medeama for de so no omusu nie the last 6 was 10 goals Medeama last 6 was 10 goals into I know my 1.67 goals per game ye cha for be kaso ni asa chagu so so what you say?
Yeah.
No fe. Osha. Oma win 3. Should we draw on Vincent Bishawa? How is 0? And a defeat 3 the last 6. Omo more draw. You are make last page no be who they making. Into no chero say, Medeama force to miss goals power last season into Kotoko or some very careful. Once you are more in terms of goal concede no, Medeama consider be no, almost be brain so. Into our says Kotoko, price or best Medeama, or much because Medeama attack is so very good. I'll make him go net because the last 6 was a 10 there. None of just also who be brave. Into another year, no. After both teams to score for Medeama Sporting Club in the last 6 no happened twice.
2 times out of 6.
Out of 6. Into no choice almost no. Be also with my so be. But but the last 6 happened on the last 6. And I feel check it.
Okay. Because the last 6 now, compare Kotoko and Medeama both teams to score na Kotoko back up. And Medeama na 2. I 2. Na say Medeama no say o show bit my show be.
Yes.
The last 6
about 3 game beer happen back home.
I happen back home. Yes.
So what you say? Sanity. And I'll check overall now. 32 matches. I must say 41 goals.
32 matches.
41 goals.
Wow.
It's more than the Kotoko day. Arsenal. Kotoko 33. And also my 1.2 goals per game. A bro one. So what you say? In Sanity. Now the whole season my draw 5 pay.
Okay.
The last time we draw a game. Omoni so atremind 1-1 and omo draw game na 8th January and omo listen omo draw game bia bim now e me last ayi near hwade listen e ba obengu say we 15 matches and the TV so okay draw ni 15 good matches and that way they no just omo no Asia na omo ba listen team no be bia no o make sure say
it is match day 33 in the Kumasi. It is Asante Kotoko playing against Medeama Sporting Club, and we're going to go into the game, try to talk with the 2 coaches and see how things are going to go. But before that, it is Kotoko playing at home, missing some very key players, and very soon we'll see how things will go. And then Coach Abdul Karim is here with me, a legend of the club, and also for now, the man who leads everything in terms of the technical direction. Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
I'm Coach. A game against Medeama, of course, a very tough side. Your opponent, Coach Tanko, you've played against him several times. What makes it special or a lot difficult playing against his teams?
Well, when you come to count teams that are formidable, I think Medeama is part of it. And you know, Medeama's story can never end without my name. I was their first coach. I know how seriously they've taken football. So definitely they attach much importance to every game they will play. That makes the game very distinct for us. And today to us, today will be our last game of the season at home. So we have to press, we have to do everything possible to win, to make our supporters happy.
Coach, you are missing some very good players, key players, Kwame Opoku.
We've also noticed that we had so many yellow cards that played there will not play today. You see how serious the issue is. So with Samba yellow card, Saka yellow card, and what do you call him, Billy to yellow card, there's nothing we can do. So definitely we have to bring what you have to fight for what you want.
You talked about the fact that this is your last home game. What do you think you guys need to do to impress those who have come? Because you have some other games to play.
Yes, today we have to win. Every supporter who comes to the field wants to see his team winning. So if we win today, I think they will be happy and play good football for them. I think they will be happy. So that's the only thing we have to do to make them happy. Play good football and win.
But we wish you well.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Sito talking about the game. He also made mention of the fact that he was the first head coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club, and He knows everything, the ins and outs, the pros and the cons of the club. But today he happens to be on the other side. And Coach Ibrahim Tanko is here with me, a legend of the game. And of course, this time he's the coach for Medeama Sporting Club. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Coach, you are playing against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Kumasi Sports Stadium here. Playing here against Kotoko, how difficult does it make?
It's always difficult, and I mean playing Kotoko in their home ground because of the fans cheering them. But I play against them several times, and I think today is also going to be a very good game.
Coach, your opponent, Coach Karim Zito, talked about the fact that he was the first coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club.
Playing Kotoko.
A warm afternoon in the middle of the country as the world watches on. The last time Kotoko will play at home this season. The beautiful display, pride and affection could likely be the motive. As any impact of this game's results will rely massively on what happens at other venues. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing their match day 33 games against Medeama Sporting Club at home this afternoon. This, of course, will be the last time Asante Kotoko will play at home. Coach Abdul Karim Zito made just a few changes in the team that played against Bibiani Gold Stars in Bibiani. Mohamed Kamara started in post. And Henry Kwame Ansu captains the team this afternoon in the absence of Justice Blay, who is sidelined due to yellow cards. Michael Chedramana, Elvis Chebafor, Patrick Asiedu, and also Albert Amoa, Baba Yaya, Joseph Ablo, Lord Amoa, Andrew Sintimeru, and Peter Amido Akwa, who came on in Bibiani to impress so well. So this afternoon, he has got the nod to start. Justice Blay, and also Samba Onel, and Saka Dauda. They'll all be missing this game due to the accumulation of yellow cards. On the part of the away team, Coach Ibrahim Tanko started Felix Che in post. The man in your shot. He went with Fatau Suleimana, who will be the captain this afternoon. Nuruddin Abdullah, Manuel Mante, Beneza Nkrumah, Mubarak Yusuf, Prosper Boachi Owusu, Kingsley Brai, who has scored one hat-trick this season, Emmanuel Owusu, Prince Owusu, and Kelvin Nkrumah. Abdul Latif Adari is going to be the referee for this game this afternoon. So that is the lineup for the away side you have in your shot. A missing piece of the puzzle this afternoon is going to be Kamaradine Mahmoud, who is with the Black Stars in the United Kingdom for the Unity Cup. But they still have a very formidable team, Medeama, to compete this afternoon. Lots of stars on the bench. Derek Fojo, Bernardino Osatete, Adams Abdul Jabal, Godfred Aban, Kobina Amwa, Nana Kofi Babel, God knows Japasu, David Boyson Frempong, and Yao Osei. Medeama have a very thick bench, which they could make any substitutions at any point to have an impact on the game. Welcome one and all to the Kumasi Baba Nyara Sports Stadium for the
Medeama with a lot of key players on the bench, but they are winless in their last 5 away games. But one thing Kotoko must take notice that they've scored 10 in their last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League. But this is Kotoko, who are yet to lose a game, especially in their last 5 home games against any opponent in the Ghana Premier League. So it tells you Kotoko are high flying at home against a team that decided to bench most of their key players going to this game. Let's see whether they can justify something out of it. But last season, Kotoko managed to snatch 4 points out of 6 against Medeama. This season, they drew the first leg, and we're hoping to at least make sure to maintain that kind of bragging right against Medeama Football Club. But let's see whether they can maintain the momentum, the absence of the likes of Justice Blay. Maybe, just maybe, they can do something promising. Also, Samba or the reliable figure is also missing due to maybe some injuries and whatever. So I think it's going to be a good game But the atmosphere is there for pride, for a lot of things, for a lot of quality. Coach Tanko believes in possessing the ball, playing very good football, and ever since, Kotoko and the new leaf of Karim Zito, they are playing very good football. So we are going to witness a very good atmosphere, especially looking at the fact that against the Gold Stars, the likes of, Peter Mido Aqua came in to change the dynamics of the game, and a piece for them to prove themselves in this game.
This, of course, just could be a build-up upon what happened in BBN over the weekend. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko just knowing really well that they need to do something to please the fans in their last home game. Papa Lord Amwa, who has been sidelined for a very long time due to injury, in his absence was Michael Sefa, Adriana Jete, and sometimes Justice Blake, who have been used as right backs. But this time, Lord is back to his favorite position.
Of course, and he's playing his 20th game, but he's had 2 yellow cards, 3 seasons with Brecum Chelsea before moving to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Lord Amwa, a reliable figure, especially from the start of the season, but due to injury, now he's back.
Medeama Sporting Club holding on to the ball. Just as Coach Ibrahim Tanko said, this is a game of less pressure, because both teams know that at least something needs to happen somewhere before one of them can be in the talk of the title. Karim Zito, the man who is acting as the head coach until the end of the season. But there have been a lot of talks for him to be maintained beyond this particular mandate. And looking at the kind of work he's been doing, I think he may deserve a chance.
Why not? Looking at the new leaf Kotoko, how we did, especially the conference on players. And we're also a very good player in recent times. A lot of things, a lot of numbers are happening so good for Karim Zito.
That was a bit of, an interception in play from Abdul Latif Adari. Ebenezer and Kroma. Felix Chi. Kotoko seeking to put a bit of pressure. Switch to the left. Not the best of crosses from Fatau Suleimana. The man who has been in top form alongside Kamaradin Mahmoudou on both flanks this season.
Experience within his base, 6 seasons running for Medeama Football Club, and he's been consistent.
Joseph Ablo. He actually had a very good game against BBN Gold Stars, and he was one of the reasons why BBN could not win that game against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Joseph Ablo, he's shown that kind of aggressiveness at the back to scare the opponent from getting closer to the 80-yard box of Kotoko. And he's been providing a very good pair with Henry Ansu at the back. But he must limit the level of aggression within his game. He might one day give away a very dangerous incident against himself. 7 yellow cards this season. It tells you how aggressive he is, Joseph Ablo.
This is a pass. Medeama could make it one, and they have done it. What a way to announce your presence. It is Kingsley Brahe, and he has plunged it in. That was a freezing pass through for Kingsley Bray, and the finish was just top notch. The man who scored a hat-trick against Dreams FC this season has gone on and done it against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kingsley Bray, Inter Allies, Armina Sharks, Susubrubi FC, and now Medeama. He just scored his 6th goal of the season in 18 games. Of course, a hat-trick against Dreams FC. He scored against Nations and Vision, and he just added the icing on the cake against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But just watch the defense of Kotoko when Medeama was trying to initiate the attack. And that is something coach must try to cater for, especially looking at how the fullbacks always join the attack and leave a lot of gaps behind for the opponent to exploit.
That was an incisive pass. And between Henry Anso and Joseph Ablo, there was just no communication between them. Which of them should attack the situation? Which of them should remain calm? They failed to get that connection between them. And Medeama wouldn't mind any of that because they lead in Kumasi so early in the game. Another pass. And that is Kevin and Kroma. Kamara, the man who has taken over the post since the arrival of coach Karim Zito. No room whatsoever for Frederick Asare. And Felix Shea, another good goalkeeper in the Ghana Premier League this season.
It was Apia Kubi from the start of the season, but after recovering, he's been the man in post for Medeama. You can never doubt his qualities anytime. He's in 17th game this season for Medeama, and it's good.
Ablo sends it to Alberta Moa. He gets Peter. Through to Che. And that cross was a bit troublesome for Felix Che. But he made no room for errors there. Knowing very well they're in a comfortable lead at this point, there will be no room for errors.
In team menu just playing that somebody else new role, and he's not giving that kind of cover needed, because looking at Che Jamina, he's more or less having that forward thinking abilities than giving shows in defense, and team is always overloaded whenever Medeama are trying to progress the ball from deep areas in midfield. And it's a problem, of course, because that kind of cover is lacking.
So, a kind of a 4-1-4-1 this afternoon. And that has been the formation always when they play at home. Just check the body language of the player. Kingsley Bray. You just knew he was going to put it in that angle, but there's nothing you can do about it.
But Manuel Mante just gave an incisive pass that any striker cannot miss, because that was a line splitting one from this experienced midfielder.
Still Medeama. Emmanuel Owusu. Gas Suleimana. Nuruddin Abdullah. Nice turn. Another unblemished pass. The first touch could have caused lots of harm for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And Kotoko at the moment, going with a 5-man defense. Just trying to make sure. This is Sulemana. It can be 2, but he failed to take it.
Kotoko should be aware of the through passes from Medeama, especially from every angle whenever Medeama are getting closer to their box, because the first goal came through an incisive through pass, and this one, it was quite, ambitious just for Sulemana to fumble with it, but it's a warning. The back line should be very cautious because Medeama can tease you around to come and then they can exploit your back line. It's a caution for Kotoko.
Amidu Akwa. This is Peter. He played against a club in yellow last week and he was on top of issues. Perhaps his favorite color. Emmanuel Owusu attacking down the flank. And the whistle goes for a foul. Of his Chiba 4.
Loramo is a bit suspect in pace, and he should be a bit conserved anytime Kotoko trying to initiate an attack, because Kingsley Bryer can still make a lot of moves, especially exploiting that area.
Good pass to Peter Amidu Akwa. This could be what everyone expects it to be. The strike comes. And Felix J has denied them once again.
Great goalkeeping from the tight angle from Felix J. You just have to applaud him for that crucial receive from Karela United, and he's playing his 3rd season for Medeama. A lot of experience. His 17th game running.
Lots going on in the box. Error from Medeama. The Kotoko failed to pounce on it. This could be a break, but Kamara must be there. And he was there. Another pass to the same man. He could do it for the 2nd time. And Kingsley Bright. That is just the game plan. And Medeama executing it perfectly at the moment. Kotoko need to change things.
They should find a way to cater for the wing play Medeama are using, because they have a lot of pacey wingers who are also dangerous having the ball and very tricky, of course, to handle. As a caution to the fullbacks and even the centre backs of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, because a lot of spaces for the opponent. And you can see any pass from Medeama is breaking lines. That is something Kotoko must improve upon. That cover in midfield is lacking. And perhaps the centre backs cannot rely on the shield the midfield is offering. All the time you must anticipate above your level. And that is why they are using a lot of through balls to get their way through Medeama.
So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they've managed to recover from that situation. And Kotoko yet to pose a single threat. that is glaring in the game. Quite apart from that shot from Chebafo, there haven't been any attempt by Asante Kotoko at goal.
You should learn how to defend before thinking of attacking, because the game, you are not on the front foot. At this point, you are more or less chasing the entire angles of the pitch to give a lot of shield. And at that moment, you struggle to have your way through, trying to facilitate attack from deep areas.
Good ball from Chebafo, exploiting the space behind. Could this be it? That was good defending. Mohamed Kamara. Kamara puts it behind. This is Lord Amoa. Amoa, lots of space and time. He gets back for Nuruddin Abdullahi.
If you have the likes of Nuruddin to contest with in terms of area balls, it's going to be a challenge. And Albert Samuel must at least find another options to sound dangerous in attack for Kotoko.
Miscommunication. This is Kingsley Bright. Can he make this one another one? And good defending from Henry Ansu. Brian knows he had made an unpardonable mistake by not putting that ball at the back of the net. Kamara was already moving out of goal, and that could have been a lot interesting. Baba Yaya puts it on a far wide, the cross comes in, and Nuruddin Abdullahi, you just cannot pick the area balls.
He's been consistent with a goal this season in 23 games. Nuruddin, a very tough customer to handle.
This is still Kotoko. And Peter Midwakwa. Nearly squared it all for Asante Kotoko. Check that cross from Lord Amoa. Beneza and Nkrumah failed to deal with the situation as expected.
Don't forget, Medeama are averaging 1.3 goal per game, and they've scored 10 in their last 5 prior to this game. So it tells you scoring goals isn't their problem. But the fact of the matter is that they are winless in their last 5 away games, and maybe history may not speak for them despite taking the lead.
Was another ball by the flag. Went up. Something needs to change. Asante Kotoko. Team try to poke it towards Baba Yaya, but good interception from Medeama. Just putting the ball down to enjoy themselves.
frustration setting in for Kotoko in defense. And that is a big problem because at this point you started losing your head. Medeama are still picking gradually the energy from the guys. You cannot underrate that. So at this point you must stay concentrated.
Yeah. The guy who won. This is Albert Tamoa. He goes down and the whistle goes for a penalty. And Abdul Latif Adari has pointed to the spot. And Nuruddin Abdullah is saying no way. That couldn't have been a penalty. And Mubarak Yusuf, a former player for this club, just trying to calm the nerves. And Coach Zito having words with his midfielders.
Watch it closely. That pass from Babayaya, and he was brought down, and the referee was so close to the angle. Never an offside because he timed his runs very well.
That, check it closely once again. So Medeama protesting just because he touched the ball. But Abdul Latif Adari is saying it should be a penalty.
After touching the ball, you impeded the attacking player's opportunity.
That is so close. And Albert Amoa, he has the chance to make it 10 in the season for himself. And Abdul Latif Adari saying you must stay behind the area until he kicks.
Against Bechim, he the magic to restore parity with the same spot kick, same angle, same goal post.
Albert Amoa 1-1. His 10th goal of the season. And Albert Amoa, just when they needed him the most, he has risen, composure, calmness, and he has put it at the back of the net. His 10th goal, he will be hoping to add more to his tally.
Interesting from Albert Amoa. Last season for Great Olympics, in 17 games he scored only 5, but this time in his 24th game he registered a 10th goal and still counting. So I think big improvement for Albert Amoa, and it's a plus to get your career high in a big club like Kotoko. In fact, the sky is the limit for Albert Amoa.
We are all square here just after 23 minutes. It's 1-1 Kotoko Medeama. And Medeama Sporting Club chasing just their 4th away win of the season after winning 3 previous away games. Against Young Apostles, they won 2-0. Against Basake, 2-1. And against Legon Cities, it was 1-0. But they are winless in their last 5 away games.
And the last time Medeama won an away game to Kotoko, that was March 2023. They won by 2-0. And Jonathan Sowa and Vincent Atinga were the scorers. And don't forget, anytime Kotoko are losing at home to Medeama, they always lose more than one goal. So let's see whether it can happen since 2021. The first leg, it was 1-1. Kwame Poku scored the first goal in the first half around the 44th minute. But Kamaradini, around the 68th minute, restored parity. This time, 2 goals in the first half. More to come because the game is looking lively. A lot of opportunities for both teams to exploit.
This is still with Medeama. They're looking to make something out of it. And that strike from Prince Owusu. And Mohamed Kamara. That was a mouth-watering save from the Guinean international. A credit to Prince Owusu for the vision to have struck from that angle and that distance.
Kamara has won the heart of coach Karim Zito, and he's benching the team's captain in Frederick Asari. So such saves should be, common.
This is Albert. He turns well. Peter Amido Akwa. That will be a foul for Medeama Sporting Club. Amido Akwa. That is Peter. A pass to Albert. Shoots with the left. He was in search for his 11th of the season.
Che Jamra is now adding that kind of off-the-ball ethics that is expected, because having in team menu, you are not assured of a lot of show. But Jamra prefers high up the pitch, a lot of overload for Medeama and midfield, and really causing problem for Kotoko. But now he's adding that defensive ethics to his game, and the center is now getting some thickness in Kotoko's favor.
Patrick Asiedu. That was too ambitious from the left back. Nuruddin. He played one of his best games of the season against Hearts of Oak when they played in Takwa. Prosper Boachi and coach Ibrahim Tanko seeking to be the 8th manager to beat Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League this season. Tasted 7 defeats already.
Don't forget, in their last 5 games away prior to this game, they've conceded 8. They've scored only 2. But they took the lead and Kotoko restored parity. They lost 2-1 to Samatex, 1-0 against House of Folk, another 1-0 defeat against Hearts of Lions. Bibiani Gold Stars defeated them by 1-0, and they lost their biggest defeat of the season, 3-0 against Karela United.
This is Che. Gets into the box. Che bar 4. And Felix Che is not a happy man at all.
Abdul Latif Adari, lot of experience in the Ghana Premier League and a household name, of course, from the Upper West region, to be precise, within the Nadoli Kaleo district.
Medeama still getting hold of the ball. 30 minutes. Almost into the 31st. And the game is still apart in terms of the most important element of the game. 1-1. It was Briar with the first goal. Another cross being put in. Medeama still holding on to it. The strike goes and Kamara. Good goalkeeping. Kotoko now showing the urgency that is expected when they're defending.
Looking at how their reactions towards the second balls is so poor. So poor. Against a team that is so in attack. Always trying to stretch the back line, find spaces, and use through balls. You should be able to contest every second ball. Even when you lose the first ball, you must show that kind of seriousness attempting second balls, but Kotoko are not showing that in defense. And Ablo shouting a lot, and I think he should stay calm. At that point, when you allow your emotions to take advantage of your qualities, a lot of mess will be caused. And expecting Ablo to show that kind of calmness in defense.
Lord Amoa, Patrick Asiedu behind it to be taken by Emmanuel Owusu. Nothing to talk about.
One thing that is trying to be an issue in the Ghana Premier League is how we convert set pieces, especially free kicks. Hardly do we see players scoring from such situations. The last time you can mention was against the Dynastars when Albert Patrick Asedu, I beg your pardon, scored from a direct free kick. In previous years, Glasner Wako will give it to you. But the prime man in terms of set pieces is Dombote. He's going to convert it with ease. But our game is now diminishing in terms of converting from free kicks. Even Gordon Atram is this at Great Olympics. Perfect free kick taker. A word money you can add off Samatex. But the goals are not coming from such perspective, and we must improve entirely.
Manuel Mante controlling the midfield so well for Medeama. He's been the man putting in all the incisive passes and everything they will need up front just to get themselves some goals in this game. No routine. Mante turns well. Gets to Mubarak. No routine. Lot of space. Suleiman. Brian Tanko. Don't really think he can ask for more. Because his side having been bad in the first half.
They suffered their biggest defeat of the season in their last away visit against Karela. 3-1.
Fatal. Josepha block. Good turn. He gets Yaya. Managed to keep possession for Kotoko. Peter Amidu. This is still Amidu. Albert Samoa. There will be no whistle. Adari says. And Fatau Sulemana already in the boxing pin.
At that point, you need a sharp thinking striker to how Amidu Akwa maneuvered through the crowd. And the body orientation of Albert Samoa was not the best one, because that sharp turn that could have offered him a lot of advantage after the first touch was so poor.
Albert Samoa back. And Karim Zito looking on his watch. Also Fatau Sulemana limping off the pitch. And in the absence of Kamaradin Mahmoudou, they will be hoping Fatau Sulemana gets back. And he's back. And for now, he will be able to continue until something happens.
In 22 games, no competition, Kotoko are having 9 wins. 6 wins for Medeama and 7 drawn games. But the last 5 meetings, Kotoko won twice. They suffered 1 defeat and they drew 2. In that last 5 meetings, 8 goals scored, 4 for each. No wonder. As of the 38th minute, it's 1-1.
Henry Ansu Amoa gets Ansu, the man who captains the team this afternoon. Former Brecum Chelsea defender. And Joseph Ablo.
But is it a coincidence or accidental? Because Kotoko against Gold Stars rested, that week before that game, and the same applies to Medeama. So a lot of energy. No wonder they are trying to cook Kotoko in terms of the physical level, because Medeama got 3 points against Nswatraman without kicking the ball, and against Gold Stars it was the same thing. Kotoko applying energy. And to come from that big game against Bengal Stars to face a team that just rested. It's a lot of things.
The news from Brecum is that the Biani Gold Stars have taken the lead by 3 goals to 1 over Brecum Chelsea just in the first half. And here we are just around 39 minutes, and it's still 1 each for both teams.
BBN want to stretch their title race to the wire. They want to still keep the hope alive, hoping from that response from Basake against Nations.
Good ball towards Babayaya. Chidramana failed to get the touch that could have positioned him well to get a goal. Emmanuel Owusu. Back to Nuruddin. Aqua. This could be a 2 versus 1. Albert Amoa. The first touch was a bit too heavy. Asante Kotoko. Lord Amoa. And the cross comes in. And Albert Amoa has made it 11. His second goal of the afternoon. What a way to announce your presence. Brilliant, brilliant header. Instinctive header. You just cannot help but be seduced by the brilliance. 2-1 Kotoko and 2 for Albert Amoa.
And that is what winners do after losing the first grip. That ball from Loramoa, and look at how he dominated just in between two defenders of Medeama, and that is brilliant. Lord Amoa with that incisive cross, and Albert dominated very well. We've been talking about his aerial durability, and this is a clear example of a player without that height against the likes of Nuruddin by his ability to control the air. That is brilliant. Felix J could not offer that magical save to this ball. Interesting. Just interesting from Albert Amoa.
He keeps scoring. And the results from the other venues, just like I told you earlier, Bibiani Gold Stars leading 3-1 over Brecum Chelsea. Heart of Lions leading 1-0 over Bechemi United at home. And also Karela beating Young Apostles. Hearts of Folk leading by a goal over Legon Cities. And also Adriana and Samatex 1-1. Holy Stars and Nations are still goalless. And that will mean a lot can change after this very match day. Ghana Premier League 2020-2025. And this is the live table, which means Nations FC still on top with 61. Bibiani Gold Stars 60, Asante Kotoko with 58. 42 minutes, almost into the 43rd. And it's 2-1 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Albert Amoa, the magician this afternoon.
Proud to the game, Identity was like, we are missing Kwame Poku, but I think he's not been missed because Albert is doing the needful. Stepping up and Mattes Mus against a big team like Medeama. Last season they won here by 1-0, but this time it's looking good. And considering the poor away run of Medeama this season, no wonder.
This is their 17th away game of the season, and they've won just 3 of those.
And the funny thing is that they've considered 10 in their last 6, and they've scored 3. Still running. That is so poor from Ibrahim Tanko, because conceding more than you can score in away games is an issue.
Nuruddin. Some very good experience. Albert Amoa. 2 minutes of additional time to be played. a very warm atmosphere this afternoon in Kumasi, but it will be a bit cold for the Kotoko faithfuls and Alberta Moa, especially in this first half.
The first start for Lord Amwa after returning from injury, he provided an assist. His void in previous games was replaced by the likes of Michael Sefa, Justice Blay, and the likes, but he's back trying to cement his position. Lord Amwa.
Asante Kotoko with money to turn it around. Medeama. But the fact that Medeama have so many good players on the bench could prove very crucial in the second half. Was the likes of Derek Fojo, Osa Bernardino Tete, David Boyson Frempong, God knows Jakwasu, Nana Kofi Babel. These are all guys on the sideline or on the bench for Medeama Sporting Club. And any of them could make the difference.
Very good attacking players on the bench, but question yourself if they are picking and Kotoko also pick. Medeama may enjoy an attack, but maybe they can't guarantee you defense. And that'll be a question to answer.
The first half has come to its conclusion. Abdul Latif Adari, a man in your shot. It's not been an easy game for him this afternoon. Lots of tough decisions to make. And he's managed to, at least for now, do his best. It's Albert Amoa 2, Medeama Sporting Club 1. Kotoko lead straight into the break.
Yeah, on Swinship. Berkum Chelsea 1, Gold Stars 3. House of Lions 1, Bichim United 0. Kara United 2, Young Apostle FC 0. LCFC 0. House of Folk 1. And Shatreman FC 0. Vision also 3. Okay. So Samaten so 1, Ediana so 1. Na say Accra so Folk so ashe baako eno Kotoko nso ashe mienu. Sisi ya kakwa anisa. Hey. Mami say subium. Scoreline aba so far any Accra Lions FC 0, Dreams FC 0, and Kotoko 2, Medeama 1. Basake Holy Stars 0, Nation FC 0, and Berkum Chelsea 1, Gold Stars 3, and Heart of Lions 1, Bichim United 0, Kara United 2, Young Apostle FC 0. Legon City FC 0 and House of Folk 1. Swatreman FC 0. Vision is a room the monkey can quiet this. Young Camon count Summertex 1. Ediana Stars and so 1. So in the scoreline so far ABP one no ye can no mercy any and to be a better call second half. Na ya to dwumadi no so e de amamo na o score line ba say e bi de so pa 2-3 and de keka ho ti yeguso e be sa ba Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boss.
Now, so far, across of folk ne Legon City, my update kakra say a Freddy kana konewie, my update kakra say the no mercy call so.
Champion, since ya me no ka say the Freddy kana ko wie be sima insta intimini e the house the folk 24th minute and a branch preno from na boating formally star and as a player Edima Legon City corner be e buy e ma house for no e yi corner no ko e picking and a branch no chire chiro peja no na atna kasa wa ma house folk for no a taking leader neno omuli see my friend Legon City e kaba kwa omunyanti 24th minute goal and a kwabra boati e se Edima house folk na ube PM that you one yellow card into PM I require Yakana Missima Edjasa means something na there a branch friend is junior and so Alapa also enya yellow card that was I say there only a branch friend requesting asthma only knows my function about challenge be a command man referee than a knee like you say adia na kwa Brandon fa so go track Jasma no enye enti no ayade ogina akoko srade no so e kire no sa ehye no nti ubepie mu ade ya yeja okoba ya fa edika no nyina ko wie no ayade University Stadium no je hard book taking lead na bibia ekoye di ma omo kama ene omo fans no omo sere ewa no patiama.
Okay, kize beda sipi sare baba na watu jaga kraba ye ho no mo.
Mati chama.
Okay, beda sipi. Okay, so that was Kingsley for you. They go park na audio free ebae. Pablo to us man.
Yeah, anti Accra Lions over ball possession na they see about 42 and then you do call it Dreams and so 58. I think that
42
yeah, 58
ball possession.
Wow. Yeah, and
the difference
difference in share that you say way ball intended. Yes, that's what one year or one say ya meeting because 16 position of
Dreams
yeah. Me pachane 16th position of Accra Lions no obetimi akọ relegation yeah entini yesre omo say omonyere omo say ya omo nso obetimi abu because Accra teams no say omo kọ relegation ya na ya pa because
na omo so omo kọ ayo te hu pa
yeah o te hu
so do wa chichi de won cheda ntini
yeah omo wa chirichire de enti yesre Accra Lions so omo because Accra has voke pembasura ese so omo nso enso ekọ Kotoko any Dreams
Only Medeama.
I think that announce you 2-1. Kotoko for nso enyere wo mo.
Na mo ball possession wo hu.
Ball possession no Kotoko for above 49. Ona Dreams Medeama nso above 51.
The over ball sin nyonko wa mo ball no mo. Also so the difference in 51 49. Okay, there's a difference, there's a 2 pe.
Omo ba ha na omo ba Asante memu a omo yire omo bobo papa
Medeama for
yeah so omo travel back your friends say Asante Kotoko na baba yara sports stadium yeah omo yire omo so ombe bobo in fact ohia omo ne di ka ato atena
yeah
Asana Kotoko
omo go so bantem
yeah e bantem pa nti omo ya de but yesrese omo nso anyi na omo Kotoko modern mo no ohwe ene ya ebra coach yeah boy bye it turns out emre bi wo buy yeah and wasa aba bi nti yesterday yeah me ba che wo ba be coach Kotoko pen ha nti ohwe Kotoko ya coach ya be ni recently oko ye buy and ono nso aba be say yeah
Karim Zito
yeah Karim Zito yeah ha wo ya de pa ne modern mo ohwe last year no okuta team bi ansa na oba Kotoko sisi ya no team so no de wo mo call Africa nyina obo ne homode yeah Zito born homode because we na bia
and our goals or share ni
yeah
difference than
Zito ni obi a oyedin kakra yeah ono nte se bia others ne bia se de omu si bi eyedede ni ade na yeah Kotoko nso born homode se ya ono nso ebefro aba Bechem enso ene baby ane Gold Stars. I think say baby ane Gold Stars nso obi a ono nso nani abrese wo pese oje your friends Ghana League no. But ye bo modern say ono nso enyere ne ho. Say ya ono nso betim because 3-1 there o ma ya de obi a wakwa away ko she 3 o ma ya de and then Heart of Lions enso ne Bechem United and nso 2-1 and then Basake enso ene Nation FC. Nation pese o mo je league no.
Nation FC.
Yes. Omakwa away ne but Basake nso aye na address wo bo home no nko ande 1 man points ne de ento from the biara da
nti no nation one ho akwa na check wa
but nations
nation
Basake Holy Stars yeah and ebo
nation be so oje
me pa cha
na Basake ashe omo 1
Basake nso ashe omo 1
Italy league ya
league no emu ya de because o kohwe points le wi a se si ekura kop table na emben pa because omo o hye ba akwa na wo fro eba esro and then Karela enso as a young apostles nso 2-1 yeda Calorias nso as and then Miami team
they quite football won't even predict you
Miami team Accra House of Folk in fact if dream maybe na has to major league no but say see ye number be as see
I didn't idea my team akese ne sa Pablo who be o man na say omo age na be pa na say obia say wuntumi obia born homewarding
on say Ghana League ne baby as see a nedro no just say yempanyum for na this yempanyum for na because enoma bebre bi abeba be ma but do eye yem mo ye homodin see ye betimi aye because as coach no said you enipa no be person kwoko because utimi ball league no what home utimi what aso bi about 3 games no akwa win ni one yeah
so far check me
in the end we hear say nations it was 60 points and then goal stars was American yes
a ban in France man
yeah goal stars and so about 60 and then Kotoko so about 58 the money here and then Heart of Lions about 57 and then House of Folk about 55 because okay na house ya wa board draws kasa abre bi kra House of Folk da be about 4th position and I say be a 3rd position kra enye den so ba yesre house for no nyene wo because omo gu yanim ase dodo because baby aye dal 5th position any position no 5th position ye position no because utimi board draw no akọ uni ba akọ obeba na asa ahyew baby a woda na oda nti yesre watara wonyere no ho baby owo bia yesre no wonyere no se obetimi aboa ye na team no yetimi abasoro because House of Folk there 5th position enye baby a wose ye kwada kra enye baby a kwada
yese no ma bi sisi wonyina senti be se ko enyina se ba
okay
ye hwe de kokko so wo hono mo na edru ho na ya sama na to so enti ye hwe eni abema o hono mo semo zore to so
sentence ne bi wo ha said ye ti bi nim no Ghana ne yemfa ehon eni agoro but yesre se wo ma ehon nyina endroma ya because Ghana ha na sa no ma ne de ohwe abrofu ya da bia omo ye nenso no eno ma bebre ni wa ekoso te said ye ha nti yesre baabi a nyina ase baabi a eno ma bi esi no yesre se mpanyimfo nhwe ne scriptifo e wo nyina na nhwe na eno ma nyina ntimi nkọ down my because yempe ebia basa ye wo Ghana League ne mo biem
okay the scholar no osha ebi we ni da so na ebi we chance say nation FC na abetot
yeah me pa cha ebi wo chance say wo mutimi eba because ohwe
nations na epe
nations any abre person wo League na nso no enyamre ohwe bra Gold Stars nso ato wo mu ya Gold Stars nso premo ba because ohwe Gold Stars Kotoko nso timi beje League ni man yeye Kotoko timi beje League ni man yeye because they see our shot about 58 points and then the next match kra nso wo shot utimi ko say wo ko 61 enti no Kotoko nso emfre League ni so utimi beje League ni enti Kotoko fo nso anyere omo yeah
okay
obetimi de sabria first half aba wie ya watimi ahye 2-1 me wogidie se Kotoko betimi sa de 2 aka ho amna ye be 4-1
okay mame nko enyina semra na me ni Eben good afternoon Eben hello Eben oh hello Eben okay probably to asoma na
hello
yeah Eben good afternoon hello Eben okay probably to asoma
Biana Stars aduana mode mo no ase ekọ kakra na aba kakra yesre aduana fo omu ni mbo pa aduana mode mo yade a efe ye wo Ghana League no ewom se sesi a yetu ya ni a o ma ba beda 9 position
okay yanko Eben
45 points
Eben good afternoon hello Eben
yeah me so
okay Eben yanko so far e dey na ekoso anyina se
yeah me am here it from or your any promise and ni am ma kwa em fa mo ma insima memu am then we Ghana Premier League March day 33 and course a basketball stars and nations and maybe I'm in work I say the game no Dr. Kwame I instructed the boys they say game no entry and to also do in Zimbabwe so I can't add the boys he say I'm in free park so continue I'm in work I say the Dr. Kwame the bank roller a match manager the nations FC attacking the boys he say I'm dressing room Nina and the same in the 29th minute and our team basketball stars any penalty according to referee the team Eddie Miss Bow in the 31st minute and our police of converting Eddie basketball stars Yegusua Bobona El Cosa and a referee Miss Bow assigned AJ second penalty Eddie basketball stars second penalty by no and a Dr. Kwame Chia Martin and Martin stance and chance to say or by the technical team the by the players and I say we instruct technical team they say encounter players in some and free park so and go dressing room if you know what I can say Dr. Kwame Chia the fan nations football club due to we say bad officiating on and target to I'm shopping the sports arena
na ebe there na esi a anase omohu a bad officiating as you we akofa sa no ma we aba.
Hello.
Per your view no who ni say
hello.
Ebe no timenka.
Hello.
Ebe o timenka. Na me busa say from your view no who normal koso say. Per your view as a commentator wo no who normal koso say.
That's right. Hello.
Eben. They say who na wo hobby. They say who say a normal koso ama doctor ama prayers is already done from the match no. Wa problem who normal say koso say wo.
What say?
They say from your point of view, no one can say who say normal course no. Is it the right direction? I say referee need the match here and I say and no maybe course enko ye.
Okay. Men don't, I mean try men position you. E be your more instructive class enko jina no. Yet nipa no more nti ma ntwe me ho na yentime nko no from 50 days me am say afro in there 2 minutes time na let's me position mu yeni ejo nko
Mate even that's it. Serious. The course
ati Ghana born no to the yeah seriously case yes on say Ghana home team no yenim we say your advantage ahodo bebre wo mo de but for penalties the number percent we say the second penalty yes a penalty angasa a penalty but I think so one say yen kan ye ya in case so ya we free ba na e bisa nte so one ankasa say de na obisa no so a penalty say de one hu na na say referee no ye de e kan but yes Kwame e to de bia ya de so say make us say opese oye Ghana league no sa no man beba but if say so obeji atuma o man players no enko bobo no instead say bia ye be wie ne mpanimfo e betwe naso e wo ho na bia ye kwaje points ne ade no emwa enti yesre kwa Mr. Kwame Chei won kana komanto ne yam na o de won mo na won fa ne nsem nyina nhye ne trim because Ghana league ye body a panimfo bia obi ani ho ne ade say de ye kana na but on kana kamo ne boys no no mo nsa anko bobo no yeah ye betimi
ya even bi ma na ye fa ne wi ni enko
the number you are trying to reach is on another
okay na yenko another okay yenhwe say Pablo Traso we have positions here man for wo ni ade na Gold Stars so 3-1 Ashebrekum Chelsea well Chelsea we can
areas and find their way through but this time Kotoko average discipline getting a lot of bodies.
This could be the answer to all their questions. Mo Kamara. No way. No way.
Of course, 60.9 save percentage in 18 games for Mohamed Kamara. It's a plus.
Mante, that was for Bright. Kotoko operating with a flat back sometimes. Just trying to deal with the wing play of Medeama Sporting Club.
Between Cheba 4 and Chejamina, alongside Babaya, one should be sacrificed because they are not offering that creativity. And again, that kind of defensive balance is not so crucial for Kotoko. Fernando Bassi can add that kind of creativity, and maybe Emmanuel Entry.
Fatau Sulemana. This is Sulemana. He hits the side net. A man who scored against Young Apostles was on the verge of adding another goal to his tally this season.
Sulemana has 6 season running experience upon experience, and he's been consistent for Medeama Football Club.
And very young. Yet to hit 25. Fatau Sulemana. That was Cheba 4 who missed that earlier opportunity.
Kingsley Braye is looking off in the second half. But again, the bench should be the decider, because lot of players for both teams. Bernardino going to join the players warming up for their way side.
Bafo. This isn't him. Not able to do his usual runs in the midfield due to the change in role, perhaps. Fonty Menu. Barak Yusuf. Ebenezer. Patrick Asiedu up against Kelvin and Nkrumah.
You know, one thing about Peter Amidu Akwa is the fact that he's not lazy in terms of adding lots of defensive roles to his game, but he's more or less used up. He's not very much an attack in the second half.
David Boyson Frimpong and Derek Fojo on the sideline just to get ready for Medeama. Amor. Bafo. This is in team. Amidu Akwa. This is Peter Amidu. Amidu Akwa. Amidu Akwa. Very promising move from Peter Amidu Akwa. It's still him, and he wins a corner.
Peter Amidu, the future is so bright for this 18-year-old young guy. Last season, he was the real deal. He provided 4 goals in 29 games. But this season, he's playing his 24th game with just a goal, and that was against Vichy. The 2 top men coming in. Boyson, he scored against Medeama. Or let me say, Adrian Stars, I beg your pardon. And Derek Fojo, one of the consistent names. Within the roster.
Corner being poked in. Seem to be too much stoppages in play. This is Fojo. Can see the spark of confidence. This is Fojo. Continuing to attack. Derek Fojo. His first time getting into the game, and he's already been a problem for Asante Kotoko.
He's really a tough customer to deal with. This season, 4 goals for Derek Fojo.
Derek puts in a cross. Substitutions for Asante Kotoko. Che Dramana for Samson Eduku. Also Lord Amwa being replaced by Michael Sefa. Minutes right on the hour mark. Half an hour and more to play. It's still 2-1 for Kotoko.
The coach now taxing Albert Samoa to drop deep to partner into menu for Samson Eduku to be the main man up front. And to sacrifice your average, the best performer in the game, into defensive ethics just to free another player. It's questionable, but again, let's see.
Albert. Just holds up the ball so well. Amor. This is Baba Yaya. Not too fast whenever he has the ball. Medeama. We take that on the break. Michael Sefa being brought on to deal with it. The danger from Derek Fojo. Mante. A feeble ball from Emmanuel Owusu.
If Kerr is not taking Kotoko, we have a lot of deficiency in midfield because Albert Tax to play just closer to Intimeno. He's questioned the technical team as to how he's been limited, and he enjoys the offensive play than offering shield the midfield. Maybe Babaya should sacrifice his offensive runs to add that glue the midfield just to support Intimeno.
Medeama just hoping to get an equalizer. Kamara keeps it in. And Emmanuel Anchi getting ready to join action. Safer. Patrick Asiedu. Asiedu with a lob. And Samson Eduku, the man who struck the post in Bibiani when they played Gold Stars. Some very good display from Medeama, but a bit of unnecessary showboating.
Maybe the options he was looking for weren't available, so keeping the ball is part of creating perfect outlets to pass the ball to. But to be honest, that was unnecessary, to be honest.
Derek Fojo. Emmanuel Anchi is ready. Is it going to be Baba Yaya or Elvis Chebafo?
At this point, Kotoko are lacking presence in midfield, especially who partners in Timenu. And Baba is more bit deeper now, giving that kind of mechanical balance to Kotoko. But for Chebafo on the white, I think he's a bit done because he's not offering that much.
Michael Sifa. Yeah. Back. This is in team. Back four. Medeama calmly gets the ball down. Ebenezer and Nkrumah. "65 minutes. And it's still 2-1 for Asante Kotoko. Coming from behind after Kingsley Bray made use of that incisive pass from Manuel Mante and Albert Amoa rose to get 2 for Asante Kotoko. His 11th of the season so far. But before this, it was 9 goals for him.
You know, one thing about Albert is the fact that it is believed.
This is Seduku. And Coach Karim Zito not happy at all. You have the space. Just try to shoot. Medeama on a turnover. This is Mante. Mante strikes! And they have equalized. Manuel Mante, he assisted the first, he has scored the second. What a day for Manuel Mante. And the men in yellow have restored parity. Oh, Kotoko, are they bottling this? And you can see the guys from Rosepark cheering their seniors on. Brilliant play from Mante, and the finish was quite sumptuous.
Manuel Mante, experience at the highest level. To score in his 21st game of the season is a plus. Don't forget he's playing his 3rd season. And he's been a key figure in midfield and to assist the first and to score the second. It's a plus. Kotoko should back up. The last game they drew at home was against Bechema United. It was 1-1.
Cheba for Awuche, they call him, has been replaced by Emmanuel Anchi. Asante Kotoko. This is where they always rise. The Medeama continue to attack, and this could be another one.
The game is heated, and just like I mentioned last season, Kotoko snatched 4 out of 6 points against Kotoko, and Medeama also love to also do that because the first game it was 1-1.
Still Medeama keeping the ball. Derek Fojo.
You know, we pre-informed that Medeama have a lot of guys on the bench that can change the game, and David Boyson and also Derek Fojo just changed a lot of things about Medeama in attack.
This is Suleimana. Emmanuel Anchi got the best of Derek Fojo. Anchi. Babayaya. Gets back to Emmanuel Anchi. Is he back to his best? Anchi. One of the best creators in the game. But it's been a bit off color for him in the second round. This is a pass. Flag goes up. That is offside.
It's going to be a back-to-back draw for Kotoko. Goalless against BBN Eagle Stars, and it's 2-2 over here. Usa is being introduced.
He will replace Kingsley Bray, the man who scored the first goal. Usa Bernardino Tete, one of the best wingers in the game.
Last season, he played 21 games. He gave 2 goals. This season, he's coming to play the 23rd time, and he's having 3 goals. Very creative. and he's ambidextrous. You can never track the foot he's going to use.
Osa first touch. Osa Bernardino Tete, you just can feel it. That on a good day he's going to really torment whichever team he meets. Prosper Boache. Nuruddin gets fatal.
Medeama started this, but after considering the 2 goals, they opened up, and this time they are controlling the momentum very well. A more of a 3-5-2, getting control in midfield and high up the pitch.
Baba Yaya. Is the man on the pitch. And needs to be carried out. He's a bit exhausted. And that was the offside. .74 minutes, and it's 2-2 for both teams. Medeama first bottled the lead. Kotoko equalized, took the lead, and they've also bottled it. It's now Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Both teams throwing more men up front, hoping to get the final goal.
Of course, at this point, you need your bench to support you massively. But my problem is how Kotoko are trying to structure midfield. Having Albert Amwa, Emmanuel Anchi, and Tim Menu is not a very balanced midfield.
Nuruddin Abdullahi. Henry Ansu. He went for the safety first approach. Medeama. This is Albert Amoa. Samson Eduku. And the flag was up for offside.
You might have doubted the referee's decision, but Kotoko in several times this season always playing not to the opponent back line. Against BNE, it was a lot of offside situations for the home side, and this time a lot of times flagged offside. Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Nuruddin. Lot of space for him to cover with the ball. He gets fatal. That was a pass. And this continues to be Medeama trying to exploit. That was David Boyson from Pong. And his inclusion alongside Bernardino Satete and Derek Fojo. And Coach Karim Zito has responded with Fernando Wisdom Bassi, Emmanuel Anchi, and then Samson Eduku.
Fernando not having the best of hold-up play, but he won it against Sulemana. Don't forget he scored their last home game. That was against Dreams.
Emmanuel Antwi.
Once upon a time, he was one of the best free kick takers. Alongside Apia McCarthy.
Antwi puts it in. Abetama! He has made it 3. There is just no stopping him. Albert Amoa. Performance of the season. He has gone and he has plunged and plummeted once again. You just cannot doubt him. Albert Amoa, 12 goals, 3 this afternoon. What a game he's had.
That kick from Emmanuel Antwi was pinpoint. And you just cannot take away the aerial presence of Albert Amoa. And this season, few players have scored hat-trick. Talk about Stephen Amankuna, talk about Kingsley Bryan. You add Albert Amoa to that list, and that is incredible. He is just scoring for fun. And this afternoon, you have to give it to him.
What a player he is. It was a good delivery from Emmanuel Antwi. Oh boy, you better believe it. Brilliant header.
You check the movement, and he was watching the ball just within the crowd of the opponent box, and his ability to give that dominance is a plus. But again, credit Emmanuel Antwi for that pass. It was really one of the best. 2 goals from movement of crosses, and it's interesting from him.
This is Boyson. He wins a corner. What a game we are having here this afternoon. You just don't know what is happening next. The atmosphere is charged up, and the game itself is no exclusion.
And whoever wins this game is going to have that pride. But I just love Albert Amoa in his first season for Kotoko. 17 games last season for Olympics, he scored 5. But this time, consistently, he is still in the show for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in his 24th game.
80 minutes. And it's Albert Amoa 3, Medeama 2.
No Kwame, no issues. Can we say he's creating a very perfect competition for Kwame when he returns? Because Opoku is now trusted more to lead the lines than Albert Amoa. But this performance alone, he just added something to the clean slate. And you can never bench him henceforth, because this is, come on, one of the best we've seen so far from him.
But unfortunately, the last but one game of the season. Perhaps they have the cup final to play, so maybe 2. But look, you have a Duku on the pitch playing alongside Amoa, so Kwampoku can take that role of a Duku now in the game, and it's going to be a perfect one. You can see the men dancing around. Everyone is excited here in the stadium, especially the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game we've witnessed.
And the interesting thing is that he carried Kotoko on his shoulders from the start of the season. He went off due to injury, and now he's carrying it at the time best of the season. This is a kind of performance that every team needs from key players like Albert Amoa.
He scored the first ever goal of Asante Kotoko this season in Nalerugu when they played against Kerala United.
Watch it closely.
Good ball in from Antwi.
from his mannerism. He was under that trust. He gave a sign that, look, just bring the ball in, I'm there. Again, for the second time, dominating 2 players in the box. You just have to give it to Emmanuel Antwi for that delivery, and also Albert Amwa for that powerful of a header.
Prosper Boache out to be replaced by God knows Japasu.
Against Carrera, their last away game, God knows, was on the score sheet, though they lost by 3-1. He was on the score sheet.
Japasu has lost it. This is Albert Amwa on fire. Albert keeps moving. He gets Peter Amidu Aqua. Could this be the fourth? Amidu! Asante Kotoko. Just keep hammering the opposition, trying to get more goals.
But wherever you put Peter Amidu Aqua, he's giving a lot of good performance. He started on the left and he's now trying to finish on the right. This is classical.
Can see a bit of tears on the faces of the Medeama players on the bench. Fernando Wisdom passing. Gets Antwi. Can he shoot from here? Antwi does. And he wins a corner.
Emmanuel Antwi against Young Apostles. In the first leg, look, he scored from a very far, bizarre angle. Just came in and he's added a lot of dynamics to the midfield. From Great Olympics, he was the man. Emmanuel Antwi, the darling boy, the poster boy. One of the best passes of the boy in breaking lines.
Brian Tanko disappointed. Not quite surprising looking at their away performance.
It's going to be 6 out of 6. No win, no draw. They've lost all. Can it happen? We have less than 5 minutes for them to do that. Boyson hasn't impacted the game anyway because he's just been roaming around without massive impact.
This is Fernando Wisdom Bassi. For Joe, he gets Fatao. Usa Bernardino. Some very aggressive defending from Ansu, and that was the bench of Asante Kotoko. Cheba for Auchi, who has had his fair share of the game.
At this point, you need to stay aggressive to keep the opponents away from your lines. And Kotoko enjoying it from the 80th minute coming.
Frederick Asari sharing some jokes. Medeama, you have just some 4 minutes, and whatever that will be added on to save themselves. Bassi. Derek Fojo. This is Derek. This could be the moment. And still Medeama. Kotoko, lots of red shirts in the box at the moment. They just need to save this for the fans. Japasu. Fojo goes down. No penalty. Emmanuel Antwi. Up for Peter Miduakwa. He goes for the one-time pass. Nuruddin intercepts.
Peter Midu is a gem to play and still excelling in both flanks is just a plus.
Abdul Karim Zito. Emmanuel Antwi. Karim Zito. What an impact they've had on the game this afternoon. Antwi. Kotoko hoping to make it 4. Medeama just hoping to get that goal that will equalize everything.
But can we say this is one of the biggest tests for Karim Zito after taking the job, because Medeama are testing Kotoko in all angles to see their weaknesses.
For Joe, good pass to Boyson. He picks it up, giving Patrick Asiedu a very good run for his money. Boyson. It's been long since you saw Asiedu up front going to do his usual runs.
This is a pacey, a tricky wing in the shape of Boyson. Though he's not been scoring consistently, but when you watch that game against Eden Stars Ndoma, you could see that he's having a lot of fire within his belly. And at this point, Kamara should step up, because they're always having a plan.
And you can see the 3, let me say, wise men trying to plan the downfall of Asante Kotoko. That was the foul on God knows Japasu.
Let's not forget he just got promoted from Rose Park Academy to the main team. And against Karela United, their last away game, he was on the score sheet.
89 minutes. Seconds to hit the 90. Bernardino. Wherever you are as a Kotoko fan, you felt this.
Of course, this is a game that you can never predict the next action in a split second. Though Kotoko are leading, but a lot of butterflies in your belly, because you cannot react, because anything can happen in every split seconds of this moment.
5 minutes of additional time. Can Medeama save themselves? Will Kotoko go up to win this game, just as they are doing now? It's been a day for Albert Amoa. For Joe, gets Boyson. Good touch. This is Boyson. Up there for Japasu. And Kotoko clears the lines.
That is Boyson for you. He is very tricky and very direct when he's having the ball against the fullbacks. One man cannot handle him. Derek Fojo. A good cross. Joseph Ablo was there to rescue. Now Kotoko on the move. Peter Amidu Akwa. Still Kotoko. Perfect recovery from Yusuf Mubarak. Good news. Good pass to Bernardino Sa. Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Through ball, but Felix Ye to the rescue. Less than 3 minutes to go. This is Nuruddin. Good pass to Derek Fojo. Can he go past his marker? Still Derek. A crossing by Hariansu was there. Manuel Mante. Good nose. Way off target. Coach Abdul Karim Zito. A very fine test from Medeama for the home side by keeping it cool, keeping it cool. If it ends this way, it's going to be 6 out of 6 without a defeat at home. This is Medeama. Nuruddin 2. Yusuf Mubarak, the former player for Kotoko. Good pass to Osatete, good control. Rafi said players might continue. In team menu, good 10. Locates. Samson Eduque, good pass to Fernando Wisdom. Patrick Asidu wins it. Just some seconds to go. And center referee Abdulatif Adari bring the game to an end. Uncontested ball 2. A gifted ball. Peter Amidoka. Back to Emmanuel Enchi. Kotoko trying to keep it cool. Michael Sifa. And team menu to Albert Amwa. Good 10. Still Albert. Peter Amidu. Looking for options. Back to goalkeeper Kamara. Joseph Ablo. Kotoko keeping it cool. A through ball in bet. Nobody in particular. This is Nuruddin. To Suleimana, the captain. Good pass to Osatete, good interception from Joseph Pablo in team menu and free kick in favor of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We've done the entire 5 minutes, 30 seconds addition. Any moment from now, Abdulatif Adari will be climaxing the game. And it's all over. Kumasi Asante Kotoko in 6 games. They haven't tested defeat. And it is all about Albert Amwa. 3 goals for the young guy. Kotoko 3. Medeama 2. It's all over.
game has finally come to its conclusion. It was a 3-2 victory for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game this has been. And I have Coach here with me, Coach Ibrahim Tanko. Coach, a defeat for your side. Your take on the entire game?
I think I'm very proud of my boys. And when you look at how we started, we created a lot of chances. After the first goal, we should have gone up 2 or 3 goals. But, I mean, the situation that changes the game, I don't want to talk about it. So, let's continue.
Coach, what do you think you guys didn't get right here this afternoon that made you lose?
I don't want to talk about referees. I mean, it's frustrating. Look at the foul we have before they go and get this penalty. So, and the referees took their decision and we have to accept it.
Coach, what is the way forward for Medeama Sporting Club? Now you have lots of quality. Do you think you need to do some additions for the next season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to add 1 or 2. And we have last game now against Brecum Chelsea, and then we have to sit down and look at the squad and then try to beef our squad and then go in for the next season.
Lastly, what's the plan for the second half? Of course, you brought lots of quality in the second half, boys, and the likes of Osatete and Co.
No, I mean, we have, like you said, we have a very good squad. Those who are sitting outside can come and change the game as well. So, and that is one thing about us, and I hope that next season it will continue.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Ibrahim Tanko. He believes they had a very, very good game, but a few things didn't actually go their way. They have a very good squad, fantastic one, and of course, those who came on actually changed the game for them. And Coach Abdul Karim Zito, the victor, the man who won the game, is coming for us to have his take on the game. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Coach, your take on the entire 90 minutes?
Well, I'm very happy we'll be able to win the last match at home, and the supporters were happy. So this is what I said from the beginning of when you interviewed me. I said I will be very happy when we win the match today, and it was very, very competitive. Seriously, if you are not here, you may not know. So, I mean, we took our chances. They also took their chances. So I'm very happy about the game.
Coach, in the absence of Kwame Poku, Abetamwa stood up and then he made sure there wasn't problems whatsoever. And did Abet actually, deal with the fact that you didn't miss Kwame Poku today?
That is why we call it a team. You understand me? It's not an individual issue. It's about a team. When this man is not there, another person will be there. So you fix in. Me, I always try to work with what I have to get to what I want. So I know there's no way I'll get to Poku. So definitely I have to do everything possible to get what I wanted without Poku. I have no problem with that. You understand me? Because we have a lot of play to play. Also play. So seriously, I would have wished to have him, but without him, a lot of finishing last 2 days before this game. So I wasn't surprised he's able to it through his head. So he has done well.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you too.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Zito, and of course, he believes they did lots and lots of work and made sure things actually went on well for them. Abet, game no more winning by 3 goals to 2. As a team, Sena feel.
Well, in Yajipa, on say, your dream is saying a bit to me, Legan, by Enkeche. Tinaji say, the Mazmo, so we a very good side. And your coach Cashin said, from weakness that he said, this game, a very, very tough game, Tiambre Mundi. The pass here to me,
now, as a player, wow performance this season, Mekai Shia or Boase some time ago, Marcus, just a lot of goals. This time, okay, baby, we'll do now. As a player, how do you feel? Are you okay?
Oh, me very okay because I can do more than this. But I see, BBM fast that man. There is more to come.
Now, opposition, staying up front, playing from deep. So to the cabin, you but Jebon, I say, you are so comfortable since we didn't anymore.
Well, I dear me coaches in India. Unse na mission ade a lot. Me who say obo ya, I will just sit down and learn so unti me de me shada ni actual position say me born na and at anywhere you put me except say goalkeeper I will play.
Fifa or third goal entry ebe ball free kick no. One know that connection no. We then who say born we try so how to be call for that header.
Me who say me na Olympics eno nim na da. So obe kobo born oni mo team sign so like born be bam so I should be alert no one.
Ono na to sign say born about
oni mi say born be bam ono na catch me say born be bam. I should just be alert say me to me ambuashe. Now me friend dia bros.
Who has say obetimi age the goal king your Premier League?
Well, Nkechi, everything is possible. Nkechi keep say aka one match away any vision. We say betimi akune akoje maximum 3 points na goals in the swaba.
So far, we carry more balls send away and our first one.
Well, at Olympics me ball trick and I'm J born when I go so this is my boss too.
You do work on it too. Can me do a bonify. Yeah, that's it, Albert. So, Albert, the game has finally come to an end, and you just heard from the man of the match with a hat-trick so far this season. Only 3 players have scored a hat-trick in the Ghana Premier League, and Albert Amoah is one of them. The game ends. It's Kotoko 3, Medeama 2.
Antibra, Kwame of a House of Fuki, yes, sound Antibra, Nansana players and all Eddie Mreka, Ebebania sound, substitution board and a scoreboard in Sudan. Ayadia Yeniti, that will leak on University Sports Stadium in a match between House of Folk, near Legon City, our Hanoma, game no Akogia, and then House of Folk Arena 2 goals to 0. Our maintain Diamitis one of Kinsley Governor. The Holy Sports presenter is Gavin and in Jama with some of the studios that they are Kadian property. Come, and they make people with your yeba.
Kiss or your commentary. Yeah, you were free more, bra. Kiss or your commentary, you were free more, bra.